Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Trackalicious Sim Racing, and we are back for some awesome iRacing tonight. I have been so excited about this championship, and thankfully, so far, looks like our computer's running okay. We're hoping that it doesn't blow up and does funky stuff. Welcome back, everybody. Doc Melody, thank you so much for hopping in. Rose Gaming, Steven Tamazic, welcome back. Thank you so much for the sub. 17 months. That's almost a year and 28 months of subscriptions. Thank you so much, Tamazic. You are an absolute legend. So much support. We are going to be at Daytona today for a new championship. A MultiClass LMP2 GT3, and I am absolutely excited, stoked, very just can't wait. Well, so why don't we get to the action? This is going to be super fun. So let's go hop into the stream and have a look and see what's going on. We already have the LMP2s almost completing their qualifying on board, with Brandon Vincent Squibb in P2 right now, taking that P1 position across the line. What a fantastic lap there by 0.03 seconds. That's 300ths of a second. Not even 3/10, 300ths of a second. The top end of the grid looking absolutely spicy here today. Now, I might be lacking in trading paints, not necessarily doing what it's supposed to do, I think, as we have multiple drivers out there that no, it has loaded up. Good. See the liveries. Mr. Guzman, welcome. Zach B, hello. How are you going? How are you doing? How are you going? As the Australians say, 17, 18 LMPs, 20, 19 LMPs, 20 LMPs, and a whole 19 GT3s. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic race. Andy Sharp, El Taco Man, joining us for some fun. Look at this view here. Cunningham having completed their lap. Let's go and have a look and see if our camera cooperates here. I'm rusty, folks. Been a little while since we've been on the iRacing stream. We got Parker Standret here and the Iron Lynx Lamborghini. Jordan Smith and another Lamborghini. Brunner coming in with the Trackalicious banner on the livery. Fantastic looking Mustang. Had the fortune to be at the Detroit Grand Prix just last weekend, and boy, do these Mustangs sound ultra grumbly. Super fun to watch. Only thing grumblier than the Mustangs was the prototype Cadillac. Ooh, what a sound. Rodney Felker here in the Porsche. Look at that. Gradients galore. Love to see it. Joel Bandera rocking the McLaren, representing Conspit. Got Kieran Davidson maybe coming into some traffic, trying to set a lap time. Gavin Cambray and the Acura. Ooh, love the shine on the red portions of that car. Cool livery there. Joseph Widener and the 296 Ferrari. Frédéric Goupil. Garbeau, for those of you who know him. Transitioning over to iRacing this season in the Porsche. Randy Gross back for more action. Look at that. Fantastic looking livery. We got our first lap on the board. 45.6. Quickly beat by the likes of Jordan Smith with a 44.9. Going to be a contender out there. 46 for Frédéric Goupil. Howard Hassan. 45.2. Not good enough to take Jordan Smith's top time. Jacob Church coming in with a 47.5. Look at that, El Taco Man giving us a shout out, probably streaming. Why don't we give him the favor back? Oops. Check him out. El Taco. Andy Sharp. Up in, where do you end up, Andy? Andy in 12th position. Going to be doing his best to get ahead. Randy Gross right now, bottom of the charts so far of the contenders that have set a lap time. I am curious for those listening. I do have a good microphone, but does it sound good? I want to know if I'm still having the ongoing issue here of the microphone for some reason not sounding the greatest. Still many cars trying to set a time. Kieran Davidson here towards the end of the lap. A chicane and an apron to go, or sorry, a banking to go. Ooh, big slide going in. Decent going out. Pedal to the metal for Kieran. Looking to set a time. And where will this end up for Kieran Davidson? Approaching the line in the final sector here. And crosses the finish line. 1:45.81, and that'll put him into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 P6. A great spot. Quite a few still left to go. The top getting quite challenging. Only a tenth or two between the likes of Howard Hassan and Joel Bandera. Pole position, though, currently provisionally by Jordan Smith, 3/10 ahead of the remainder of the field. Hope everybody is doing well. I am absolutely stoked to get going as soon as qualification is over. This is going to be super fun. Rodney Felker, about to mispronounce his name. Felker looking for a lap time. Jeremy Escott looking for a time. Jace Wright out there in the Corvette coming around the banking, looking to set a lap. Sean Vinson, new name to us, and that lovely, grumbly Mercedes, looking for lap times. Joe Harkness. Whoa. A lot of purple dirt going on. I like that. That is a sharp-looking livery, Joe. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Maz Metal on Twitch. If you want to check out some first-person view in the racing, go check Joe out. Let's see. Give him a shout-out, too. Oh. If I knew how to do shoutouts, that'd be fantastic. Send one out that way. And then do that. There we go. We did the thing. Alrighty. Couple more drivers still looking for a lap time. Let's see if Harkness has it in him to get something on the board. Going from trackside view, really nice view of that entry. Looks like it's quite under control for Harkness here. Going in, chased down by the likes of Tomazic and similar machinery there. Does he get it? What does he have? Harkness going through. Start-finish line. And that is a 47.6. Not last place for Harkness. It's good by my books. Jace Wright now up into P2, just behind Jordan Smith. Great performance by Jace Wright coming into the pits. So for those who don't know, this is going to be 1 hour race, 60% fuel for the GT3s, 100% fuel for the LMP2s, and that is just enough to force a pit stop for everybody. No requirements in the pit stops, and they do have one quick repair to try and keep people alive, try and keep people racing. Anybody out there looking for an improvement? Like Kupel. Ooh, car had just losing out there. Looks like that might have been Benjamin Smalling. Potentially. Not quite sure, but we'll have to get ourselves sorted out through the season, get familiar with who the drivers are, what cars they're driving, and what liveries they're running. Frederic here on the banking in the Porsche, screaming through. Into the bus stop. Looking pretty good. Trying to get on the throttle early and gain as much advantage through the banking here as possible. I keep wanting to say apron, but I know that's the bottom portion rather than the top banking here. Quite a steep banking here at Daytona, and he decides to abort. P12, good enough for Monsieur Kupel. And there we have it, folks. That is the 20 minutes of qualifying and then some to allow people to complete their laps. A couple more people out there trying to finish things up. Kieran Davidson, last car on track after the 98 of Will Brunner. Brunner getting himself up into P3 in the Mustang. Fantastic. Looking for an improvement, is gonna need 2/10. Does he have it? Kieran Davidson up into P4. Will Brunner having to settle for P3. Still fantastic performance. This is gonna be great. Toxic Cat, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Trackalicious. We are here for the first race of the iRacing season at Daytona International Speedway. Looking forward to a super exciting race here. Hope everybody's doing well. As we get ready for the race, get everybody lined up and are ready to go. Here we have it, starting up. Looking for all the cars to hop on the grid. And while we wait for it, we are gonna try to see if we can get a quick grid walk. I'll just go through without the cars actually there. We have Brandon Vincent Squibb in P1, Jacob Cunningham in P2 of the LMP2s, Cody Wasson P3, Ethan Reed in P4, Josh Willis P5, Bronson Turner P6, Adam King P7 with, let's try to see if we can get a good, better view here. Adam King in P7, sorry. Jeff Dallas P8, Brad Severs P9, Ross O'Connor P10, Matt Hugh P11, Andy Sharp in 12th position, Chris McNichol in 13, the return of Chris McNichol, welcome back. Miguel Astiozarin in P14, Dominic Smedra P15, Morgan Stringer in P16, Jalen Jenkins 17, Travell Ike in P18, is the grid for the LMP2s. Then we have the likes of Jordan Smith in P1 for the GT3 class, Jace Wright in P2, Will Brunner in P3, Kieran Davidson and the McLaren in P4, Howard Hassan in P5, Joel Bandera P6, Benjamin Small in P7, Stephen G. Tomazic in P8, Rodney Felker in P9, Parker Standrit in P10, Frederic Goupil in P11, Jeremy Escott in P12, 4 Canadians back-to-back. Then switching back over to the Americans, Gavin Cambray in P12, Nathan Hutchison in P13, Joseph Wagner P14, Jacob Church 15, Gross 16, Harkness 17, Day 18, Luis Vasquez, almost saying Suarez for my soccer habits. And last but not least, Sean Vinson closing up the grid. Actually, there are 2 Delaras back here who failed to qualify, popping in the bottom. This is going to be exciting for them to try and make their way through. And everybody is rocking and rolling, getting ready for the race start. 60 minutes of Daytona International Speedway. This is going to be absolutely riveting. We're going to see some mega racing. Welcome, Omega Drac. Bull Buddy got pole. Squib on pole. Look at the number of cars on the grid. Unbelievable. This is going to be so exciting. Hoping to see if we can manage to catch both starts of the GTPs. Sorry, the LMP2s and the GT3s. That's going to be a mouthful to say for sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 LMP2s. And something similar. Actually, there's 2 more behind that. Looks like they are green. Go! Looks like Brandon Vincent getting a fantastic start, maintaining the lead. Cody Wassam getting a great start, taking P2 early on. Great start right there for Cody Wassam, hopping into P2, and the GT3s going in as well. Jordan Smith being challenged by Jason Wright right off the bat here. Looks like he does manage to keep it. Jason Wright tucking in P2. Looks like P3, P4 in a challenge as well between Brunner and Davidson. Brunner getting himself still in P3. Doing a really good job. Andy Sharp coming into an issue off track for some reason. Have to wait. Oh my goodness. What is going on? What an unfortunate start for El Taco Man. Andy Sharp seems to have gotten into a situation. Let's go have a look and see if we can catch it. Unfortunately, not working in our favor. Hope to get back into the live action. Let's see if we can catch it real quick. Lots of racing to be had still. Andy Sharp, what happened here? Looks like gets tapped from the outside, potentially from the inside. Oh my goodness, that is just unfortunate. Not what you want to see for the first race of the season. But the race is long, and hopefully there will be a return of Andy Sharp. He's still in it. Gonna be a big recovery drive for him. We have so many cars here. Vincent Squibb maintaining that P1, being chased down by the likes of Cody Wassam. Cody Wassam in P2, just 2 tenths behind. Chasing him down in that lovely Trackalicious Cyan Blue. Oh my goodness, Squibb! Vincent Squibb making a mistake, losing P1, and look at that! Jacob Cunningham coming at him for another challenge. It's not just one position, but being challenged for the second position. Cunningham going through, and that is 2 positions lost on the smallest of mistakes. Brandon Vincent Squibb having to settle for third for right now, but he has the pace. Is going to be looking to advance further. Cody Wassam looking for that championship, early championship points up into P1, but it is a long way to go. The LMP2 of Cody Wassam coming in with quite a bit of confidence, having spoken to Cody. Excuse me. My goodness, this is going to be a challenge. screaming for a whole hour considering so much action on the field. I had spoken to Cody Wassam earlier saying that he feels quite confident in the LMP2, has a lot of experience in it, and it shows. Taking that early lead. Loads of laps to go, though. Side by side here, Ethan Reed, Bronson Turner. Reed looking for some action, but is getting it from the wrong way around. Ross O'Connor from behind. Going for an outside move. Is that a 2-for-1? Ross O'Connor looking for a brave move, but just manages to get it. But the likes of Ethan Reed not giving up just yet. There we go. And Ross O'Connor does make the move stick. That is a position gain, and it will be P5 for O'Connor. Going back into the GT3s. Jace Wright in the lead. Being chased down by the likes of Kieran Davidson. Jeff Dallas having made the error. Unfortunately, Jeff Dallas being the one all the way out, causing that incident with Andy Sharp. Making his way back through the field now. Having gone through the likes of Jace Wright, that'll be the last GT3 in the way. And will be a battle for the lead between Jace Wright and Kieran Davidson. Jalen Jenkins, Andy Sharp, William Day. LMPs looking for advancement back up into the LMP grid. The P2s looking to get up there. Last remaining LMP2 looking to make a move. William Day going on the outside of Kieran Davidson. Jace Wright, last person ahead, and that would be nearly all. Everybody other than Dominic Smedra all the way down here looking for advancement himself. Hoping to see the grid separate again until traffic starts becoming a conversation. It's not just Smedra. We have Travell Ike back down there as well. 39 cars on the grid. So much action. Jeff Dallas up in there. But really some battles through the grid here. Looks like Jeremy Escott having to look ahead and behind. Getting challenged by Rodney Felker. Felker right there. Not as close as Parker Standard. Oh, we have an issue. What's going on? My timing charts are all over the place. Bronson Turner was showing lower, but just having trouble catching up here. Standard fans in the bleachers here. Let's see. Let's have a see what Parker's up to. Standard Definitely being challenged. Does have a car ahead. Car of Gavin Cambry. And the Acura. Bit of a train here. All looking for a position. Goodness. Brunner right on the tail of Jace Wright for the lead. Brunner looking to make a move. I apologize. Brunner being challenged by Howard Hassan in the BMW. Howard Hassan right there. And having to look ahead and behind as Kieran Davidson right there as well. What an exciting group of cars. And now they have the LMP2s to deal with. Kieran letting the LMP2 by. Smedra coming through. But Tervel Ike still back there in the mix. The league manager, Smedra, having to practice some of the patience he was preaching in the driver's briefing, but trying to make quick work of it, getting onto the banking. And that will be the second to last GT3 up ahead for Mr. Smedra. Going through, only having to deal with Jace Wright up ahead, and then we'll have the field relatively sorted. 10 minutes in, loads of action still. Jace Wright, calm, steady, nothing going on for him. Having the lead by quite a bit here in the GT3 class. Tervel Ike, Smedra, both having made their way through. And that will be Smedra through Jace Wright, leaving Tervel as the only car remaining to make his way through. Not making it easy for himself, though. Kieran Davidson right there, putting all the pressure on Howard Hassan. Right in there in the GT3s. Now going through T6 and 7 on to the banking. Long T8 and 9. And into the backstretch. Making their way into the Le Mans chicane of T10s and 11. Trying to use as much of that draft as possible. Looking for the breaking point. Managing to get a little bit closer. Power on as quickly as possible. Gaining. But is it going to be enough? T1 not too far away. Looking on the outside. Howard Hassan having to go defensive. The longer way around, carrying a little bit more speed, but Hassan does cut ahead, and is that a position? Hassan defending quite strongly Kyrian having to back off. Decide to fight another day. Going up on the top, Cody Wasem still in first place, being chased down by Jacob Cunningham. Only half a second behind. Bronson Turner in P3. Turner, huge amounts of pressure by Brandon Vincent Squibb, the pole sitter. Side by side, these two. Look at that shot. The Stooch Racing P2 there. Pink and yellow. Lovely color combination. And Turner manages to keep the position. Brandon having the pace, just not the position. Again, just one single mistake being such a big deal, having lost 3 positions overall. Still, long race ahead. We're not even a quarter of the way through this hour-long race. Oh my goodness! What did we just join to? Joseph Wagner. Bit of a tap on the tail of Frédéric Goupil. Not quite what you want to see. Will be something that we'll have to leave for the stewards to decide on corrective action should there need to be one. Goupil dropping all the way down. Only 5 cars behind. Fantastic grid here. Lots of action. Let's go and try and find some. Howard Hassan still chasing down. Howard Hassan just looking for any action that he could get here at Daytona International Speedway. Plebeian Racing with the sub. Thank you so much. Hi, Dave. Hope you're doing well. We are here for the first round of our iRacing Mixed Class Championship LMP2s GT3s on Daytona International Speedway. Leading the races, we have the likes of Jace Wright in the C8 Corvette GT3. And on the other side, Cody Wasem coming into a bit of traffic, still being chased down by Jacob Cunningham. Will sure be eager to get through the field as quickly as possible. Oh, and that's bunched Cunningham right up to him. Might not be his favorite thing for the moment, but we say quite a few times here at Trackalicious, traffic taketh and traffic giveth. And traffic right now is more taketh away from Cody Wasem than giveth. Still looking strong. And managing to get that half a second back. Bronson Turner now having to go through the traffic. Goodness, this looks so cool. Awesome. Love seeing these cars, the diversity. Brandon Vincent Squibb now making his way through. Ethan Reed just behind. Adam King. Ooh, look at those colors. Like a bit of British racing green. Gold tip. Looking cool. Tracklicious logo flying on the wing. Looks good on the right side. Adam King under a lot of pressure from Chris McNichol. McNichol looking on the outside now. Chasing down the likes of Adam King. Is this going to be trouble for King with traffic coming ahead? Hop into the cockpit of Chris McNichol. Chris trying to optimize. King getting held up. Oh, Ferrari going wide. That's an incident for the Ferrari there. McNichol getting a great launch out of the corner. I believe that's 8, 7, 5. And does get the run through 6 and 7. Now on to 8. McNichol on the inside. King on the outside. McNichol having the speed. King looking to tuck potentially back under McNichol and get him back on 12 and 13. Not really letting go though. King breaking early, tucking in behind McNichol. Is this going to be the opportunity for him to come back? McNichol having quite a bit of pace through the Le Mans chicane. King dropping half a second behind. Sievers now. Well, that is very interesting information, Huggins Racing. Thank you so much. Adam King kisses good. We'll have to, given that Adam actually lives about 15 minutes away, I can fact check that one, Huggins Racing. I'm not sure if my wife will be pleased, but it is a possibility. Sis23, what's up? How are you doing? King getting challenged again. Oh my goodness! That was nearly not a great situation. Sievers maybe putting a nose in where he may or may not have belonged. Still chasing though. McNichol running away. Traffic working in McNichol's favor. King sending it into the chicane here. So does Sievers. Sievers not waiting around, that's for sure. a.m. You must be somewhere in Eastern Europe, I would guess. So much action. Speaking of which, look at this. Jordan Smith threatening Joseph Widener. Ah, Paris. I've had the fortune of visiting Paris. C'est très beau. Very beautiful. Jordan Smith trying to defend. And it looks like Smith does put a gap. Carrion being passed by Matt Hugh. Matt Hugh not looking too hot. I think Matt's already taken his pit stop there. Yep. It's kind of down in the field a little bit, but we'll get sorted back up. Let's try to find some more action. Looks like Ross O'Connor being attacked by Josh Willis in the red Trackless Sim Racing LMP2 livery. Ooh, outside, inside. Josh, great run by Josh. And does manage to make the move stick going into T1. A bit wide, though. Looks like that's maybe an opportunity for Russ O'Connor to come back at him. Now, side by side, Russ O'Connor back at Josh Willis. Willis having the inside going into turn 5 here. No, turn 4. The Rodriguez International Hairshoe. Apparently, the dog leg is 4 over here, but Josh Willis securing that spot now. Show Adam King more. Well, Huggins Racing, if you want to get that close to Adam King, which we will, we can go for some Adam King action. Actually, he is in a bit of a battle here. Back with Chris McNichol. Looks like something happened to McNichol, but you can also redeem a full onboard lap with Adam King or any driver of your choice. It is a Trackalicious redeem, and I encourage you to do so. We love our stream engagement here. I'd rather you tell me what to do so I don't have to think about it myself. It makes my job super easy. I've gone many laps with Adam King. Adam King looking to go many laps with Daytona International Speedway. It looks like he did get that P6 back from Chris McNichol. And Severs now right back there challenging McNichol. McNichol still ahead in P1. Oh, sorry, in T1. Oh, there's a car turned around. Ooh, what a yeesh. That is sketchy rejoin. I believe it was the likes of Bandera, wherever he is. Trying to find Bandera. Yeah, it was. That was a sketchy rejoin, but as dark befalls upon us here at Daytona International Speedway, the clouds getting heavy, lights coming on. Jace Wright still commandingly leading with a 5-second gap to Will Brunner. Cody Wassam still in the lead in the LMP2s. Jacob Cunningham right there behind. Andy Sharp making good work here. Back up into P12. Great recovery drive so far and only halfway through the race. This is absolutely fantastic from Mr. Sharp. VGTR livery. Sharp looking for a challenge. This is actually battle for position. Sharp nose ahead. Now being challenged by the likes of William Day. Oh, that American flag on the fin hitting hard. And we do have some information that we're going to talk to you about with regards to something very, very American. Cody Wasem still leading battles, though, between Ross O'Connor. Well, actually, Josh Willis being chased down. Look at that. Oh. What are these guys doing? Getting right by, I believe that is the likes of Howard Hassan wanting no part of this. Ooh, swapping back and forth between Willis and O'Connor. O'Connor does get ahead. Goodness. Spun forward in the background there. Not quite sure who it is. Brunner! Oh my goodness, Brunner from P2! No! Now down into P6. How unfortunate. This battle between O'Connor, Sharp, and Day. Day right behind. Three cars practically within a second of each other. Actually within a second of each other. Day taking a wide line for a big slingshot around T1. And it seems to have worked. Does get alongside Andy Sharp just ahead. Sharp having the inside now. These two battling will be exactly what Ross O'Connor wants to see. Josh Willis not too far. Willis taking the position back from O'Connor. What happened? It was ahead. Getting into traffic now. Sharp really close. The Mustang has the right to be on the road. LMP2 swarming. Day looking on the outside at the worst possible spot. Sharp looking to get back on throttle as quickly as possible. It does get a wiggle going onto the bankings. My goodness. View from William Day. Looking at Sharp. Looking at O'Connor. Sharp in good draft from the P2 of O'Connor. Getting closer and closer. Side by side now. Going wide, Sharp, really wide entry. Sharp now side by side with O'Connor. O'Connor having the inside. This battle now bringing Day into the equation. Through the dog leg into turn 5. Sharp ahead. Switchback coming back from O'Connor. O'Connor getting on the throttle. A bit of a wiggle. Too much grass on the right hand side. Not being able to get the traction. Now Sharp ahead. Is he going to be able to keep it? He's got to worry about the draft. Ooh, big wiggle from William Day. Manages to keep it out of the wall. Fantastic control from William Day. Sharp, O'Connor, Day. Sharp getting the best of this group for the time being. O'Connor not too far behind is going to be looking to do the same thing that Sharp did to him just a lap ago. Getting that draft, getting as much speed as possible on the straight. Trying to get that move back ahead of Sharp. O'Connor Day making great work of the chicane. Right there now. Sharp seems to have run away a little bit. Oh my goodness. Question for chat. Can you guys hear the game? Jaywalk 1303, thank you so much for the follow. You guys hear the cars, right? Oh my goodness, what a send from O'Connor. Day looking to go through as well. You cannot hear the cars. You just hear my voice. That has got to be oh my god, I'm sorry folks. Yeah. Oh no. A full 36 minutes with no car audio and just me screaming at you guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh no. Oh, this has got to be the worst. All right, let's get back into it. At least give you 25 minutes of a semi-decent stream. Side-by-side action. Oh no. As we get back into it. Goopel being threatened by Randy Gross just behind. Gavin Cambry not too far behind that. Now that you guys can hear what's actually going on. I'm so sorry. So Battle's right behind as I try to figure out a way to swallow my embarrassment. Excuse me. So much embarrassment. We have the likes of Randy Gross being chased down by Gavin Cambrai, as well Joseph Wagner being chased down by Joel Bandera. Still loads of battles happening. Cunningham and Astiazaran. I'm very curious to where that last name's from. Miguel chasing down the likes of Jacob Cunningham. It looks like Wassam has pitted. And is 3 seconds ahead of Cody Wassam. Let's see, bunch of people in the pits now. Just over halfway. 40 minutes in. My goodness. Gavin Cambrai. Randy Gross ahead. Jeremy Scott just behind. A string of GT3s. Battles over here. Oh my goodness, McNichol going wide, making a mistake. Looks like it's hopefully not race ending, but letting a couple of people through. Ross O'Connor, Andy Sharp, Josh Willis now through. Willis seems to have dropped back from the pits. Sharp now all the way up into P9. What a fantastic recovery drive from Sharp, having been knocked all the way down earlier. William Day, P1 right now, but not for long. The only P2 in the top, let's say 15 potentially, other than Jalen Jenkins. Thank you so much for the resub there, Kenneth Portis. I'm not sure if we deserve it today, but I appreciate it nonetheless. 2 months is practically a year. Side-by-side racing between Quib and Ethan. Ethan, big send! Oh, going wide! That looks a bit weird. I'm not sure if like some netcode was happening there, but Ethan Reed dropping down behind Adam King now. For those Adam King lovers. Ferrari GT3 going way off course to make room for the LMP2s to come through. Squibb is now effectively in P4. William Day was in quite a bit of challenge, but is coming through, well, in a challenging position. Lots of racing between Day, Sharp, and the likes of Ethan Reed, or it was actually Ross O'Connor. O'Connor now having dropped down to P12. Chris McNichol lower. And that is Day, P2, P3. P4. How many more before he gets rolling again? There's Squibb. Squibb and King coming through. Reed coming through. Sharp coming through. Willis. Severs. McNichol. Day still sitting. Stringer now looking. Stringer through. Oh my goodness. Miguel Astiazaran. Astiazaran. Day still. Jalen Jenkins now looking for the advantage. Dominic Smedra. That is a long pit. What is going on? I'm gonna guess he forgot to put on his quick repair, because that is practically the entire P3 grid through now. He was in quite a challenging or good challenging position to the cars ahead. We do have the likes of Jace Wright. Just a dominant performance from him today. That's going to be 18 seconds ahead of Kieran Davidson as it stands right now. Looking for Cody Lawson back up into that P1 position. Cunningham still right there, 1.3 seconds. These two have practically been nose to tail the entire race. But even more so, you have the likes of Brad Severs being chased down by Chris McNichol. McNichol going on the inside. In the horseshoe. Does make his way through. Adam King rocks, and Jeff Dallas is related to Bryce Dallas Howard. Facts by Huggins Racing. Straight facts. He's still in the pits. Oh, I'm glad I didn't decide to stay on him for the whole time, because I was thinking about it. My goodness. "45 minutes through 15 minutes remaining in the race. Cody Wasem leading from P3 in the qualifying, now lead of the race. Cunningham has not relented, now within a second, both going super strong. Bronson Turner, P3 now, eking out a fantastic performance so far. 15 minutes remaining though. Days asleep at the wheel. Took a nap at the pit stops. I don't blame him, to be honest with you. I'd love to take a nap at the pit stops. Not sure if it's the most beneficial for his efforts in the race here today. 39 cars on the grid. Day now down to 31. 33 as we speak. Now looking for the likes of Ross O'Connor. Connor in the pits? What are we doing? Can we find Ross O'Connor? Is he left a server? Seems to be having difficulty. Going back to Miguel Astiazaran. Being chased, but I don't know if that's for position. The Delta's not showing that to be a challenged position right now, but Ethan Reed is for sure getting challenged. Andy Sharp up into P6, looking at P5. Side by side with the GT3 on the inside, going in. Wide entry to T1. trying the over-under. Ethan Reed defending. Sharp sending it. Does have the inside on the horseshoe. Now into the dogleg. Sharp ahead. Now looking for Brandon Vincent Squibb, the pole sitter. Look at that. Andy Sharp spun on lap 1. Now, what an absolute beast of a recovery drive for Andy Sharp. Getting higher and higher. Potentially looking at a P4 at the very least, should he be able to get that position from Brandon Vincent Squibb. The chase is on. Overtake mode engaged. Looking on the inside, gets defended. Now going on the outside, Squibb through the chicane first. Quite the battle here. Sharp has a decent run. Oh my goodness! Vincent Squibb having the scare of his life from Randy Gross to GT3. Sharp on the outside. The wide line looking for the slingshot. Right there. Ethan Reed loving this racing up ahead. Puts a nose in, not quite there. Sharp getting a great exit out of that corner there. Through the horseshoe. Side by side through the dog leg. Oh, and traffic coming into play, and that is position 4. Andy Sharp, but he goes deep. He goes deep. Squibb getting the position back. Sharp having the inside into the 6 and 7 here. Gets the launch out. Vincent Squibb right there. Reed right there. Reed decided to take the lower line. Does Andy have the pace to stay ahead through this lap? 10 minutes remaining. Spun on the first lap all the way up into P4 now. Andy Sharp through the chicane, still being chased by the likes of the pole sitter Brandon Vincent Squibb. Sharp looks like he's got an abundance of speed. Squibb not quite reeling him in. And that seems like P4 secured for Andy Sharp. Now Ethan Reed looking to make a move on to the likes of Squibb. Squibb. Ooh, Reed goes in. Vincent Squibb right there. Ethan Reed makes that move stick. Now chasing down the likes of Andy Sharp. What a concoction of battles we've had here. Absolutely fantastic. And speaking of which, some more happening back here. Joseph Widener being overtaken by Joel Bandera. Will Runner not in this. Bronson Turner. Is that Bronson Turner or is that Morgan? One of the two Stooch Racing guys trying to make their way through. Oh my goodness. Cunningham and Cody Wassam side by side for the lead of this race. Wass up front. It's not over yet, folks. Sharp with the expert moves indeed, Mr. Portis. 52 minutes and 46 seconds in, and the battle for the lead is still on. Cody Wassum took the lead earlier on the race from Brandon Vincent Squibb. Now Jacob Cunningham, having challenged the whole time, having sat in P2, chasing down the likes of Cody Wassum. Cody Wassum is still in the lead though, and will be trying to maintain that for another 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Unbelievable. Not that much time left, but it takes but an instant for positions to swap between these two absolutely high-skilled drivers. Let's hold our breaths for 6 minutes and see what is going to happen, because this is going to be riveting. Cunningham continuing to challenge. Now traffic coming into play with a Ferrari just ahead. Is this going to be a situation? And it is. Looks like Cody Wassum does get held up. Now Jacob Cunningham right there, tucking in behind, getting the draft. Does try to do the slingshot on the outside. Does he have the speed? Doesn't look like it. The longer distance not playing in his favor. Cunningham now outside. Does he have overlap? Yes, he does. As they go through turns 12 and 13 here at Daytona International Speedway. Only 6 minutes remaining. Cody Wassum on the inside. Jacob Cunningham on the outside. Cunningham going wide into T1, not quite being able to make it stick. Cody Wassum does maintain the lead, and oh my goodness, this is going to be absolutely riveting. A drive to the end. Cunningham continuing to push the likes of Cody Wassum. Wassum looking to try and get the win for the first race of the season here at Daytona International Speedway, and it is unbelievable. We've had 54 minutes of racing, and this battle is still on for the lead of the race. Cunningham right there as they go into the banking of T8, T9. Cunningham tucking in, trying to get that draft, the slipstream. Letting Cody Wassum's car do all the work of pushing the air around the car and using that advantage as much as he can. 2 tenths between these two, over 55 minutes. And a blink separates the two drivers. Wassum seems to have gotten a great exit out of the chicane. We'll give him some breathing room. Potentially 3 laps remaining here. And the closest battle on track. Andy Sharp, Vincent Squibb, Ethan Reed. Battles happening just earlier. But all eyes on the likes of Cody Wassum and Jacob Cunningham. Currently leading the race is Cody Wassum. Has to have nerves of steel. Wass trying to make his way through traffic. Will that be a situation for Cunningham? Does not look like it. They both managed to get through quite cleanly. Looks like that's Jace Wright, the only Corvette, interestingly enough, on the grid and leading the GT3 division at that. Looks like we will get 2 laps. Again, Cunningham right there. Less than a half a second between the two. Cunningham trying to make all the moves. everything he possibly can to get a position. Hoping that traffic comes into play as their tires are worn. Their minds are worn after a whole 58 minutes, nearly an hour of driving here at the Daytona International Speedway. Blip of the throttle there to try and make sure he's got traction. Not necessarily the best of scenarios coming up here for Cody Wasem. Looks like they both do manage to make it through before the chicane. As they get themselves safely through the Le Mans chicane of turns 10 and 11 through 12 and 13 now. Wasem thankful that he's going to have a bit of a tow up ahead. Looks like Ross O'Connor coming into the equation does let the leaders through. Jacob Cunningham filling the mirrors of Cody Wasem, trying to get him to look twice. Was not perturbed though as they go through turns 6 and 7 on to the banking of 8 and 9 here at the Daytona International Speedway. And this will be the final lap. The last opportunity for Cunningham to make a move. And he is right there. Is this going to be a race to the finish line? Does he have? He absolutely sends it. Cutting across the chicane. Is there anything left in that vehicle? It doesn't seem like it, and that is going to be a win for Cody Wasem, taking the win of the first race of the season here at Trackalicious. What an unbelievable performance. Fantastic. Cunningham coming in P2. P3 for Bronson Turner. Andy Sharp, for me, the absolute driver of the day, coming in P4. What a fantastic recovery drive for Andy Sharp. Unbelievable. Claps in chat for Andy Sharp. Vincent Squibb, P5, P3, P6. King 7, McNichol 8, Severs 9. Then we got the likes of Josh Willis. And P1 going to Jace Rack, Kieran Davidson P2, Benjamin Smalling P3. Fantastic. Unbelievable. Great job to all the drivers. Handsome drive by Adam King. Absolutely. Looks like cars, a couple of cars still making it through. Will Brunner. And then we have the number 9 of Frederik Guppel coming in to finish off the race here. Ooh, thanks, Jacob. I need that. Fantastic. Wow. Well, let's see if we can get the likes of Cody Wasem Jacob Cunningham, Bronson Turner. Into the interview room. Cody. Jacob. Turner. And then we have Jace. Who else was there? Let's try to get the rest of the guys in here. Kyrian. Don't know what Kyrian's ping is, but Kyrian, if you're listening, come to the interview room. Smalling. Well, while we wait, I did want to tell you folks about something. We are super excited to let you all know that Trackalicious is involved with Init Esports. And it is about something super, super fun. We are working together to try and build the team for the U.S. representation to the Esports Olympics in Saudi Arabia. No, this isn't some imaginary sideshow Olympics. We're talking about the real Olympics. So we're talking about Summer Olympics, Winter Olympics, Paralympics, and then the Esports Olympics, actually within the real umbrella of the Olympics. And Init and Trackalicious are working on building the fastest possible team that we can to represent the United States. Such an exciting opportunity to do so, and we're inviting everybody to come join the race. There's the next race is on June 20th, I believe, at Watkins Glen. I'm going to go have a look to make sure that I say it right. June 21st. Saturday, June 21st. Watkins Glen, 8 p.m. Eastern, 90 minutes. Go check it out. Obviously, mandatory. U.S. citizen. Gotta have that. But for now, open to all of our sim racers, and would really love to see you in there. And now that we've got that out of the way, we do have a conglomerate of people in here. Let's start with Bronson Turner, P3, and the LMP2. Bronson, welcome back. How was that race for you? Hold on. Before we get too far in, I spent 35 minutes without game audio. I'm not about to go 35 minutes without your audio. So let's try and get that fixed a second here. Okay, let's try that again. Go ahead, Bronson. Yeah, okay, we can hear you. For some reason, I don't know why, my OBS settings have reset, and I embarrassingly spent 35 minutes just screaming into a microphone without any car sound, so you guys are going to enjoy that stream tomorrow. So, Mr. Turner, P3, tell us about it. How did it go?
Yeah, it was good. Very little expectations today, just coming out to have some good fun. That battle up front, I had like a nice 10-second back front row seat to it, so it's kind of fun to watch the timing there. But yeah, just a big thanks to you guys for putting it on as always. And yeah, it was great fun. Lost the grip was a little bit shoddy for my setup near the end. I think I was running a bit too aggressive of a setup, so we were good, early on in the race, and then kind of lost it after pits. But all in all, can't complain. Very little practice today as well.
Well, not a bad outcome for very little practice. P3 is absolutely fantastic, so great job. Cunningham, you guys had quite a bit of action going on through the entire race practically.
Yeah, we sure did. It was probably one of the closest hour-long battles I've had, because I don't think we ever really got separated by more than 5 seconds after the pit stop whenever I had to deal with cold tires coming out of the box. So that was really intense, really fun. Love that race.
I think despite maybe not the ideal outcome for you of the top step, you're one that's known to really do work through the season and, work on those championship points, and try to see if you could make it out on top at the end. So really good hollow points here today, but all that effort just could not best the likes of Cody Wass. And Wass, we were waiting for you for a win for a long time in the last season. I believe it came in the last couple of races. But here you're starting off strong. Before we started the championship, you said, you know what, I feel quite good in the LMP2s. And you seem to have come out on top with that. How do you feel?
Really good. I didn't foresee myself winning this at all. Just looking at the laps in practice and stuff, I wasn't up there very high. I don't even think I was in the top 5, and but qualifying went okay. I was happy to start P3 because being on pole's too much pressure, and starting second's difficult too. But yeah, it was nice to get a good start and get past Jacob because I knew he would be strong the whole race. And lap 2, I was following Brandon, and I think just cold tires got him. He went a little deep in turn 1, and I was able to grab the lead and hold on to it. But Jacob was keeping me honest for sure, because just the grip was not very good, and it seemed like we were kind of going back and forth, getting caught in traffic and everything. But overall, it was fun. It was, I was just sweating pretty hard those last few laps.
You did it, though. You managed to come out top, and what a great way to start the championship. And obviously, being a multi-class championship, you're not the only winner. Jace Wright in the booth with us. Jace, fantastic job. Really kind of a boring race for you, one might add.
Yeah, I got really lucky off the start with Jordan spitting, and throughout the rest of the race, I could also say I got pretty lucky with the traffic. They were holding up the other GT3s while I was getting mostly on the straights.
Yeah, I expect that the rest of the championship isn't going to be as easy as today was. I'm sure the rest of the drivers going to up their game and really challenge you. But Jace, one of the things that's most impressive is that you're not just an iRacing guy. You LMU, you ACC, and you seem to be doing quite well in all of them. Obviously, taking the win here today. What's the secret? What's the sauce that you got that the rest of us are trying to figure out?
I think it's more of a what's the jack of all trades thing?
But that's usually followed. That's usually followed by master of none. And considering you got the P1, I can't say that that's necessarily true for you. So, regardless, fantastic job. Congratulations, Jace. We're trying to figure out what your magic sauce is, and hopefully learn some of that for future racing. Congratulations to all you guys and everybody on the grid. Thank you so much for putting on what a show. And I wouldn't thank me so quickly, considering that it was a horrendous stream in the first 35 minutes with the in-game audio being off. I apologize. You guys should have told me. I'm blaming you guys for this. All you guys watching in the stream. But thank you so much. Regardless, last minute follows. Respusha and Call Sign Tango 1. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bronson, I do have a little peeve with you. You're in chat. You got to put the Tracklicious banner on your livery so that we can see it on stream. But for the rest of you guys, everybody, thank you so much. Fantastic race. 39 cars on the grid. Amazing. And coming in with the Prime sub. Thank you so much. 8 months, almost a year. Alrighty, we're going to go actually raid Andy Sharp for me, the driver of the day, a.k.a. El Toco Man. Fantastic guy. Streams a variety of sim racing stuff. Go say what's up. Go say lovely race. Great performance. For now, I am Eric Akassian. Cody Wasson with the win. Jace Wright with the win. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll catch you next week. Actually, LMU's tomorrow. Kuja Terekov streaming what's going to be a huge grid. There's 60-something people registered right now, and we're going to be at Spa. Check it out for sure. All right, folks, I'm going to stop doing the elongated goodbyes. See you guys later. Thank you so much for watching.
So were you.